No sound.
Okay.
There you go. You found the button.
Huh?
You found the button.
We got some volume eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4 screens. Sometimes. Oh well, we're live. Hey, we're live.
1, 2, 3, 4 hosts. Yeah, we're all alive.
Okay, it doesn't work every time, but works most of the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to our Sunday night offering of Astronomy Edutainment, the Sunday Night Astronomy Show.
Yay!
Come on. Yeah. My name is Chris Gerwin. I'm the creator of the social media channels known as Astronomy by the Bay. I'm an amateur astronomer and a member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. I'm very pleased to introduce our two regular co-hosts this evening, Mr. Paul Owen from the Moonshadow Observatory here in beautiful Hampton. Paul, good evening.
Hello.
Hey. And we'd also like to welcome back Mr. Mike Powell from the PFO Observatory here in St. John. Mike, good evening. I can't quite do that. So that's why the hat. All right. We'd like to welcome back all of you tonight as well, and all of you who are joining us through the local Rogers TV network. Thank you for your support. On tonight's episode of the Sunday Night Astronomy Show, now enjoying the beauty of the night skies and sharing it with others is what I think of when I tell people that I'm an amateur astronomer. Many of us feel the same way, including our special guest here this evening. Her first visit to our program, Emma MacPhee. Emma has been an avid amateur astronomer for many years and enjoys offering numerous outreach opportunities to the young and the young at heart. She also has been instrumental in keeping our local chapter of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada functioning. Instrumental for sure. Indeed, the glue that binds the group together. And she was just recently recognized for her efforts by receiving the well-deserved National Service Award for RAS Canada. Congratulations, Emma. We're looking forward to discussing with Emma about her journey in astronomy, and we're very pleased to be able to welcome her on the program tonight. Hello, Emma. Thank you for joining us.
Yay. You need to unmute, Emma.
Shows how gifted I am, eh?
There we are.
Oh.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
You get the
Only
blue
have to
glove
be
salute.
smart at one thing.
Those nights tonight, I know.
Not a good start.
We also have our new segments, Ask an Amateur, the celestial event of the week, on either product of the week or Mike Guyver said, I guess it's probably a product of the week this week. Whatever, it is what it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, and not sure what he's going to offer tonight, but we'll be surprised. And we'll have another interesting vinyl bud and a Rosanna's fun facts as well to offer to you tonight. All of that, plus all of your wonderful photo submissions, and I've got a lot of them here tonight from posts that I put up on my page. So I'm really looking forward to getting to those as well. So this is a family-friendly interactive live broadcast where we love to share ideas, and we look forward to your questions as well. So first up this evening, conversation with a friend and fellow astronomer, Emma. Good evening, Emma. For those who may not be aware of how you started out in the hobby, this is how we like to start the show. Perhaps you can take a few minutes and tell us about your adventure.
Sure thing. I think what got me interested in astronomy was the movie Mars Attacks, of all things.
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
love Mars attacks.
looking for Martians.
Yeah.
It was big on the news at the time that Mars was getting really close to us. So we saw all these fake pictures about Mars being as big as the moon. So that kind of got me really curious about it. So I got myself a telescope for Christmas for me to meet. and found Saturn, and then on, of course, reading all these astronomy magazines and getting really into it. It's been a fun few years looking at a whole bunch of different things and learning that at least our planet is not flat.
Careful now.
Can you iterate?
Rile up the audience.
Yeah, elaborate.
No, just go out and check it out.
Hello.
I remember the first time we went out with the Moncton group. I was a beginner, never been out with the group at all, and we decided to meet at a Tim Hortons, and we all drove together, like maybe 15 cars of us. So I did pay attention. We were going. It was daylight, like before it got dark, and we got to this site after like winding turns and everything else. We get there, and everybody set up, and I said, so how long are you guys staying here? They said, oh, till sunrise. I said, oops, maybe I'm not in the right spot here. So I had to call my husband, I'm not going to be home until tomorrow morning. So I had to wait till at least 4 o'clock in the morning till somebody left. So because I didn't know where I was, couldn't get out of there, Yeah. So I had to stay, but after that whole night, I was really hooked. I loved it. Yeah. It's been a fun
Join the
journey.
St. John Astronomy Club where everybody leaves at 9:30.
No, not this gang. These are diehards, and they're really into it. Really nice, fun group. Yeah.
So you follow along Astronomy Moncton as well, am I right?
Yes, I do. Yep. But we haven't been doing a whole lot lately. Our main teacher at the Moncton High School moved away. He moved away, so there's a lot less activity going on there.
Okay.
With COVID and everything else, it's stopped. The whole events are stopped. So, yeah.
That's a case pretty well. It's still like that, I think, almost everywhere, right?
I think so. Yeah.
The odd 1 or 2 events, but not the outreach. We're not doing the outreach that we used to do either.
No.
It's sad.
No.
Hopefully it'll all come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should maybe move in a little bit to let's talk a little bit about your outreach maybe first. So you've been doing a lot of outreach out in your area. I mean, as far as you've been visiting seniors' homes mostly too, right?
I visited a couple of seniors' homes, yes, but I do mostly astronomy presentations for Tantramar Seniors College, which is a group of people over here that they offer a lot of different variety of subjects, and mine is astronomy. So they asked me to do presentations for them, and I've been doing that for 6 years. So it's really fun, and it's I think I like it more than the people attending. Really, Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So they asked me again I just finished a series last week or the week before, and I'm going again in the winter time. So for another session. So yeah, it's fun. It updates you all the time, see what's going on, and and it's funny because it's the same people attending every year.
Yeah.
They just keep coming back.
It takes a lot of time to prepare those presentations though, too, like the hours.
Yeah, but they're done. I just have to update a few, like whatever is going on in the sky at the time. So they're pretty well down. I don't even look at my notes anymore. I just go with it. Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, I have a question for both you and Chris about that, because as you know, I'm not really much of an observer, but doesn't it get, unless you're really digging and trying to find new things to discover all the time, and you're going over the same things over and over, I don't even have to prepare my notes anymore because I know what I'm going to, but do you find that gets old? No, because the people are so into it.
Yeah,
Like they're so glued up to the screen that you just want to see what's going on, and they're just amazed about the size of the universe, and just everything. They're just glued to it. They just love it. Yeah.
Teaching grade 6 to 8 on Friday, and I think it was 60 kids roughly, and the questions that they come out with are just sometimes they make you stop and think, well, where'd you come up with that idea? And you get a lot of kids that usually get 1 or 2 in the class that's the astrophysicist going to be he wants to stump you, right? So they'll talk white holes, they'll talk about black holes, and they'll give you the whole physics behind it. And I'm going, we're reading about solar system. Well, right up front, the first thing I say is I don't work for NASA. I haven't been to space. I'm in space. I'm not an astrophysicist. So let's clear all that up right up the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
All depends. Like next week, I got a K-2 group and a 3-5 group. I think it's on Wednesday, and it's different with each group, right? You'll lay out your presentation based on that group, and maybe for K-2, it's just the sun and the moon or something like that, something simpler. And I seldom ever get through my presentation. Like I've always got more slides than I have time for. It's because of the questions, but you don't want to stop the questions. You want the questions to come forward because that's what you're there for, to help answer the questions. And it's more fun. It's like any other teacher, I guess, Paul. Maybe you're a grade 2 or grade 3 teacher, and you're bringing in, if you're a grade 3, you're bringing in the grade 2s. You train them, you give them that information, you move them on to the next one, and next year you get another group, and you're doing the same thing. So, is every teacher bored with what they do? Maybe a few are, but to me, it's you're molding minds and answering some questions. I never had that opportunity when I was young to have someone come to my class and talk. If they had, I might have gone on a different road, So that's what I think about. And I also try to pursue the fact of try to be positive, to look at the class and say, something, you can be whatever you want to be, kind of thing, right? It's that. I mentioned, I might be looking at the first person to walk on Mars, and they all kind of eyeball. I could be the first one on Mars. Yeah, sure you can. It's steps on the ladder for your career, and you're on step 1. How do you get to step 10, kind of thing? So it's as much promoting confidence in them as it is a presentation, but it's also exciting times right now because there's a whole lot happening in space. Space is becoming cool again. It's not as nerdy. I'm still a nerd, but it's not. It's becoming cool again because there's SpaceX, and we're going to the moon, going to Mars. So I really look forward to them. Every single one, I love doing them. Yeah, so they're a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm sure you feel the same way. Doesn't matter.
I'm the way. Yeah.
Kids at heart, like no matter what age.
Nod your head.
What's that?
I say to Emma, just nod your head.
I'm still in the show here.
She's making it easy for you tonight.
I like it.
If I had known, I would.
Anyway, next question.
No, that to me is just interesting because I know, like, when I've done enough star parties and been out enough with doing outreach, and I find that you always arm yourself with the same sort of, because it's for the people who are new to it, these things are super exciting, right? They're like, how many times have you heard the wow and oh wow, and some people cry, all that kind of stuff. So I get that part of it, but I'm thinking more along the lines of your own exploration, because I know, Chris, you very rarely go out and look at the stuff yourself. It's always got to be for somebody else, so you don't really get the time to put into your own exploration, right?
Yeah.
And that's and for Emma, I don't know if that's the case with you. Is that
not really, because what I did, or what we did here in Moncton, we worked on the certificates. So we did a lot of alone time. We did a lot of searching,
Right.
reading maps and finding objects. And, some nights you would take a whole night just to find one thing. And other nights you could get 3 or 4 or 5 objects, and there's always a challenge, and always looking different time of the year, something else is going on, and you make sure that you get them, and then you just keep on going. It's fun. It's just plain fun, and my telescope's manual, so I don't have all of these gears, like all the electronics and plugins that everybody has. I have to know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, I can't find anything,
Yeah.
So it's star hopping and reading maps. It's fun.
Where do you guys set up there? Like,
We go-
away from the lights of Moncton.
We go at Garland Road, which is just off Indian Mountain, which is, let me see, it would be northwest from
Okay.
here. Yeah, in a little valley in this. As a matter of fact, the first time I was there, me being usually I'm the only woman with a bunch of, all kinds of ages men, I would always make sure I would park myself in the middle in case there's a bear coming around. So this way I would always park myself next to someone who can't run as fast as me. And I would tell them, hey, a certain name, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm making sure that, I'm parking my car next to you and all my equipment because I know you can't run as fast. You're the bear meat. So it's always been the fun,
Yeah.
fun jokes. Or I would always be scared of June bugs. So, oh no, June bugs, but after the first couple of sessions, I kind of got used to that. So, yeah, a lot safer. It's different, you guys are not scared of all this stuff, but we think differently.
I'm scared of June bugs. I hate them.
Oh, me too.
There, I'm not scared about it. I just throw a steak under Paul's chair. When he's not there, I throw it under Chris's.
Well, here's something for you, Emma, that you'll never have to worry about. If you never have your own observatory, you'll never have to worry about spiders.
Oh, yeah, I know there's a lot, eh? Yeah.
That's the biggest, I think that's the largest complaint, anybody who has an observatory.
Yeah.
You have two things that you're always dealing with. One, spiders, and the second one are mice.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't like those things, then
No. I brought a spider
manual
home.
telescope and drag it outside because you're.
I brought home a spider once. I think it was this big. We were setting up in a field just outside of Shediac, and it was grass about 2 feet tall, and we had to sort of flatten the grass around so you could set up. And now since that time, I got home, and I just happened to look in my back window, and there's big spider right there. It must have been in the grass, after I packed everything back in the car. Since then, I check every inch of my gear to make sure I'm not taking any customers home, I mean, had I seen that on the highway, I would have, probably crashed or something. I don't know. It's not a safe thing to do. So anyways, I'm careful now.
Did Tim Doucette tell you about his incident down at the observatory?
No.
Oh my gosh, he actually sent me a picture of it. He said he was just finishing in the observatory and he came out and this, in his estimation, tarantula-sized spider was actually on him.
Oh,
somewhere in the thing. Yeah, he said, I don't know where it came from. He says, I gave it a whack and down it went. Anyway, next time you talk to him, ask him about that. He told me about it.
Well, Tim is, one time we were at the New Scotland Road site, which is in Northwest also. We were watching the Perseids, and we were all on lawn chairs with blankets counting the meters going by. And he was behind me somewhere. And in the middle of the night, you get pretty quiet, you're getting sick and tired of counting. Anyways, didn't he throw a rock in the bushes next to me? Well, I jumped about 2 feet high, and this is Tim. Yeah, and I was driving him home. Yes, I said, you're going to walk. But, he's a fun guy,
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
always something going on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We missed the funny party this year. That was our favorite in Mike's Comedy Central tent there that
Yeah.
set up. So yeah, the laughs didn't happen this year, but
No.
we'll hope for again for next year, I guess. Yeah.
4 of us went. You stayed in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hope to turn that around for next year for sure. And
Yes.
And Paul Crowder's on here. He's from across the UK, across the water there, across the pond. Paul says star hopping, good for you, Emma. Real stargazing, which is true.
Yeah. It is true. Yeah.
All manual, and a manual scope is the best way to learn the night sky. You're moving it around. Everything's airy. You pat yourself in the back and move on to the next one, and eventually night sky without having to use a hand control, right? So that's the real way to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Good for you, Emma. Okay, we're gonna hold on the rest of the thoughts because we want to talk a little more with star parties and stuff too. So we're gonna move ahead with a vinyl bud maybe now. Mike, would you be willing to offer that?
I know, bud. All righty.
Oops.
Had the wrong screen.
Try that again.
Something has to go wrong. So I did it. I got it out of the way.
I did it at the first, remember?
All righty. Binocular target of the week this week by Bino Bud is Eddie's Coaster. Yeah. All righty. Invented by British amateur astronomer Eddie Carpenter, known as Eddie's Coaster, this is a meandering, double-dipping wave of faint stars that lies 3 degrees northwest of the star Nuvi in the center of the W of Cassiopeia. Is it? Yeah. And then Eddie's Coaster includes more than a dozen stars spanning 2.7 degrees. The chance alignment reminded Mr. Carpenter of an amusement park roller coaster, which led to the asterism's name. How do I find it in the sky? Well, if it wasn't, you wouldn't find it tonight, of course. That's the way our summer's been. But if you went outside at 10 o'clock and oriented yourself 35 degrees northeast and looked up, you see the big W of Cassiopeia. You find that center star of the W Nuvi, and you just go off a little bit above it, and it's right in here. You can see a little thing of stars. It looks like a roller coaster. So there's a picture of Eddie, the guy that actually named it, but here's what it looks like in a photograph. And it does look like a roller coaster straight off, Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, if you remember those days. 10 by 50 binoculars. There's Nuvi. Look, there's the roller coaster.
Yes, sir.
Not hard to see it all. It jumps right out from the background stars. And when you're on it, you'll say, holy crap, it does. It looks like a roller coaster. It is pretty cool. And now's the time to get out and see it when it's clear, because it's almost straight up. Compared to the full moon as normal, well, each hump is probably 2 full moons. So it's a large object to see. It's going to have no trouble finding it in the sky or anything like that. So, and bad joke of the week. How do alien parents get their baby to sleep? They just rock it.
Oh.
That's binocular. There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
Had to mess up something already.
Had to get us in that first shot again. Yep. Nice. Trudy
Get prepared.
Trudy says, Fundy 2022. Seems to me I remember some rascals pretending to be very seniors hobbling over to my scope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that?
Yes.
Emma?
My favorite was rolling up the pants.
I forgot all about that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What it was, we were, Trudy was up. Was it Trudy or June? It was Trudy.
Trudy says she was, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Trudy. Because I did it to June too.
And June.
What it was, when you're doing a star party, it gets so dark you can't see who's there, as you know. You can just, hopefully you can see a face, but most of the times you can't. Anyway, so we got in line with Trudy, and I kind of humped up and I put a jacket on and I walked over like a humped up old man. Anyway, and played it for a long time. I don't even think she figured it out until I popped up and said who I was. I was saying, she's probably going, what kind of a...
I remember that clearly.
Yeah,
That was so funny. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we missed the Star Party fun this year, but again, I think next year we're on a new moon, Paul. Is it for Fundy, or we're back on Labor Day weekend?
We're back on Labor Day weekend, and it's the moon schedule is great, so it should be right back on track next year.
Yeah, yeah. And Emma, you offer your talks through you're bilingual, right? So you
Yes.
you both languages, I guess, right? When you're doing your talks, or
I do whatever. Yeah, sometimes I swing from one to the next and I don't even pay attention. Yeah.
Just so people know, astronomy is not for the boring white people. You know what I mean? The old fellows, I should say, with the white hair, I meant. And there's a lot of fun at star parties. There's every age group you can possibly think of. It's just, we have so much fun. Like, we spend more time laughing and having a whole time, and we spend a fair amount of time with public.
we do.
We really have a lot of fun. So
Public can be stressful at times too. So you're trying to get somebody, especially if things aren't working quite right. But then it's our time to relax, usually the next day or whatever. I mean, the other thing is too, we're up all night. We don't go to bed usually till 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, so you're tired, and you've been eating brownies or cookies all night long. So you're all hyped up in sugar. Yeah, you don't really get too much sleep on those weekends.
No.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you get to meet people that you would never in your life would have met just
Absolutely.
because, it's
Yeah. There's a couple that came down to Fundy, not last year, of course, the year before, that flew down from Toronto.
yeah.
The event was going to happen, and they flew from Toronto, come down to the park to
Yeah.
witness the event. And it was great to have them there. Like
Yeah.
we could all over the place, and they're just so much fun because everybody's just so relaxed. It's no pressure. You're not thinking about work. It's a holiday, vacation time, and everybody's looking at everybody else's scope, but we're just chatting about how the year went, whatever.
Yeah.
And when the public comes along, it's just a plus. And then when they go, we stay up all night and laugh and joke and stuff. And so yeah, it's something to really look forward to for sure. So
It just starts to get dark, and starts doing a presentation for the public, and the 35 other astronomers are up at their scopes, all going like diamonds in the sky. Practice in their lines, right?
Messier 13, yeah. The police cluster, everybody says it looks just like diamonds on black velvet. They could be fun. Okay, let's go from there to how about we go to an Ask an Amateur right now?
All right.
Oh, you're an amateur.
All right, so let me just share off screen. See if I can't pull this off. That's number 3, is it? Yeah, I'm going to guess that it is. We're going to find out.
Paul, Emma, and June. There you go.
There we go.
My favorite buddy.
That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do our. All right, so this week we're going to chat a little bit. I'm going to stop sharing because I'm going to do my presentation live here, and or actually ask the question live. Just a second to get myself so I can clear my background. And there we go. Okay, so this week the question that was asked, and it was asked by a lot of people who are just getting into astronomy, whether you're visual or whether you're imaging. This question works for both. And the question was by Josh, I can't remember his last name, but Josh J, let's call him. And he was saying, when I'm out on the field and I've polar aligned my scope and I'm looking at an object and I declutch my top of my telescope and I move my scope around manually, do I have to polar align again? So I thought that was an interesting question because it's a question that I thought a lot of people ask. So I've got my trusty little telescope here, and I'm just going to basically explain what that is. So for those who don't know what polar aligning is, when you have a telescope, you have to align it, if we're here in the northern part of the world, we have to align it to a star called Polaris, the North Star. So what happens is our mount gets lined up to that, so that when the sky actually moves, actually we're the ones moving, but when the sky appears to move from east to west, then our star tracker has to follow that movement of the sky. So in order to do that, it has to be what they call polar aligned. And that just simply means that it's lined up with the pole star, and so that it'll track the sky properly. So when you go out and do that, there are two sections to your mount, and this is where the confusion lies. If you're using a German equatorial mount like this one, then you actually have 2 sets of axes. You have the bottom portion, which is this part right here, and there's 2 bolts right here that'll move this thing basically from side to side. That's called azimuth. And then there's 2 bolts front and back that'll turn this thing back and forth, and that's called altitude. So basically, those are the 4 bolts that you're going to take and looking through your. I think most mounts have a polar scope in them. So you just take off the little cap in the back, take off the cap in the front, turn your telescope so that there's a hole that goes right through it. And then you look through the back of this and you line it up with the North Star. You get it as accurate as you possibly can, and then you lock it, and then that's it. That's end of story. The other type of alignment that you do is on the top axes. And the top axis is actually run by motors. And so you have what they call a declination motor and a right ascension motor. So that's responsible for moving the telescope anywhere in and about the sky. So when you say, I want to find M31, I want the Andromeda Galaxy, and I type in M31, If I polar align correctly and I did my what they call a star alignment, it should go to M31. Well, if in that process I took and I unlocked the clutch on my scope because I wanted to look at something over here for a minute, if I don't have a mount that's got encoders built into it, I've just lost my alignment. So that does not mean that I have to polar align again. So long as you didn't kick or move this mount, you only have to polar align once. What's happened is the computer has lost its way around the night sky because it doesn't know where you are anymore. So that's what the top portion and what the star alignment does. It actually tells the computer where am I in the sky and where are these objects supposed to be if I have a good polar alignment. If I don't have a good polar alignment, even when you do this, you're not going to be able to get a whole lot done. So to answer the question, if I move my scope manually and I've got a scope that doesn't have encoders in it, I'm going to have to do an alignment of the star portion only, which is the electronics telling you where things are in the sky. I do not have to do a second polar alignment. So I hope that answers the question. And let me just see if I can get back and just one more little sherry on the screen. And that is this week's Ask an Amateur.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, and just to further go with that just a little bit more, that also works with Alt-ASI mounts. Because so long as you don't really have to polar align with those anyway, but if you are using a wedge, then you do. So.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's go to a celestial wonder of the week quickly. We're quickly going into time here.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, all right.
A little bit of time.
Time.
Let's see, like, number 2. This one. Okay, celestial wonder of the week. Let's see where it's going to go. First of all, there it is. Hurry up.
Oh, that sounds like in the 60s.
The celestial wonder of the week.
Ooh.
It is this week. The conjunction of the moon and planets. Yay. Okay, so what am I talking about? Well, the moon and planets follow along the path called the ecliptic. And the ecliptic is an imaginary line on the sky that marks the path of the sun. Now, the moon and planets also travel along that path of the ecliptic. It's actually the projection of the Earth's orbit onto what we call the celestial sphere, and it marks the plane of the solar system. Tracing the path of the planets in front of the background stars, you'll see that the ecliptic actually passes through the constellations of the zodiac. Go from here. Because the moon rises about 30 to 60 minutes later each night, usually about 30 minutes later, right around full moon this month, it has a chance to meet up with the planets over the course of a month. So what's going to happen? Well, let's take a look. Our waxing gibbous moon. This week we're going to start with a waxing gibbous moon and beautiful Saturn tomorrow evening. A small scope will reveal Saturn's strange shape, but you need about a 4-inch telescope before you can start to reveal Saturn's beautiful rings. Moving ahead, if clouds are not clear, sorry, clouds are never clear. How about if the skies are not clear? You'll get another opportunity on Tuesday evening with a waxing moon resting to the east of Saturn. Again, keep moving on. On Wednesday evening, our waxing gibbous moon actually visits the distant world Neptune. Neptune would appear, at least to me, as a really soft blue ball. This is the view through 10 by 50 binoculars. So about half the distance of your binocular width, there'd be a soft blue ball there. See if you can find it. Pretty interesting challenge. Also, next up, the full Hunter's moon will join the giant planet Jupiter next Saturday evening. Both are easily visible in binoculars, including all of Jupiter's Galilean moons. And on from there, next Sunday evening, you can find the planet Uranus by looking slightly below and to the right of the waning gibbous moon. To help define the object, look for a soft greenish blue dot. To me, I don't know what you guys see, but that's what I usually see. So
That's what I see. Yep.
Little green or greenish blue. For more information on all this stuff going on, you can visit our website at sjastronomy.ca or rasknb.ca. You'll find this calendar done by Kurt Nason. Does a great job on the calendar every month. This is for 6 weeks, I guess. And we're into this week here for next week coming up. So you can find the moon near the planets throughout that week. And that's our celestial wonder of the week.
Oh, sure.
He's not. We'll stop sharing. And we're back.
There you go.
Okay. Let's move on to product of the week maybe next. Mike, you've got
Any products, Emma?
any products? No?
You must have some product somewhere.
Surprise, Emma.
Got a new coffee cup. Hey. Let me see if I get the right screen this time. I want screen number 1. All right. My guy, product / or tip of the week. How's that? This is short notice stuff. So here she comes. Red dot finders. Anybody that is into astronomy should know what a red dot finder is. If not, you're about to learn. What is a red dot finder? Well, trying to locate objects directly through a telescope eyepiece can be hard. Even the sun and the moon being a big object, it can be hard to find. But it's normal to have some kind of a sighting aid installed in your telescope and aligned with the optics. Historically, it's been a small, low magnification telescope known as a finder scope. But, finder scopes, in all honesty, are a pain in the butt. Sometimes they're upside down, sometimes they're backwards, sometimes, they just don't work as well as you think they should. But in recent years, zero magnification finders that project an apparent small target or a red dot on a screen have become very common. These are known as red dot finders, and they have advantages of producing their own illumination and being simple or very simple to use. Quickly, how do they work? Well, effectively, it's a heads-up display. You've all heard about that on fighter jets and stuff like that. A red dot, a reticle, illuminated by a red LED, is beamed onto a glass surface that you look through. The red dot or reticle will appear to hover in space over the top of your field of view. And basically, once you line that up against a telephone pole or something like that and get your objects lined up, all you have to do is point that red dot up in the sky at the object you want to see, and bang on, you should be right on it. And that's as simple as that. And if we ever travel far in the universe to another planet with intelligent life, let's just make patterns in their crops and get out of Dodge. That's product of the week by MacGyver.
Works. Thanks, Mike.
Yay.
Finders are always important for sure.
Yes.
Well,
I
it's
got
much
Rob
easier
Barris,
to
I gotta
use
get
than
back to
a
him.
finder. They really are so much easier to use than a finder scope. It's all the difference in the world.
Yeah. All you need is a clear. Now we can come up with a cloud filter. We'll be all set.
Well, you can find clouds with the red dot finder too. They work really well for that.
Okay. How about we try into Rosanna's fun fact next? And then we're going to come back and talk to Emma for a minute, and we're going to give up some wonderful photos that we did.
All right, let me get this, see if I can't get this set up then. All right, I'm gonna share my screen one more time. And, oops, hold on.
Whoops.
I like that bud.
I'll share it. I didn't know which screen I was sharing first. I forgot to choose one. There we go. And let's see if we can't get this working correctly this week.
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
Hey, welcome back, Rosanna, for another wonderful Rosanna's Fun Fact, and I can't wait to get into it this week. So let me just get my
That's about.
yeah, there we go.
Cat.
We started already. I love the kitty cat. All right, so let's get right into this. So Rosanna writes, "Hi Paul, the third week of October had an interesting space anniversary. On October 18, it was the 60th year since Felicity, a stray Parisian kitty, was launched into space. Felicity, also called C341, survived the flight, which reached 157 kilometers and lasted 15 minutes. Upon the return of her capsule detached and she landed safely by parachute. In this some sort of unfortunate reenactment, no, it's actually the green screen doctored video by an ad company. So this might sound a bit like rags to riches story, but being rescued from the gutters of Paris to be the one and only feline to survive in space rather. But dear Felicity, along with several other kitties, let me just show you. There they are. Had to survive compression chambers, a centrifuge, small containers, and have 3 electrodes implanted into her brain. Although she returned safely, the success was short-lived, as just 2 months later, scientists euthanized her to study her brain. That's a shame, the poor little kitty. Although Felicity's adventures were short, many people wanted to preserve her legacy. In the 1990s, commemorative postage stamp, which is really cool. So the cat's got her own stamp. Look at that. Were issued in her memory in some former French colonies. However, those stamps incorrectly identified her as a male cat named Felix. Sheesh. A typical historical gender error. In 2017, a Kickstarter fund page was begun to raise money to create a statue to commemorate this calm, pleasant kitty. The statue was completed in 2019 and can be found at the International Space University in Strasbourg, France. Another anniversary of sorts, one that can be in September or October, occurred yesterday, October the 21st. The International Observe the Moon Night. The International Observe the Moon Night began in 2010 and is a worldwide public event that encourages understanding of the moon and NASA's mission of scientific discovery and exploration. I checked with Kurt to see how many International Observe the Moon Nights that the St. John Astronomy Club managed to have and an observing event coincide. He only has data from back to 2012, but observing nights were held the night before 5 years, 2 years. We had fall observing of some sort, not just near the official date. COVID ruled out 2020 to 2021, but this was the first year we would have had the observing on an actual date for the International Observe the Moon Night. Maybe we'll get lucky next year, September the 14th of 2024. Now, since our moon night was clouded out instead of mooning about, as my parents would call it, whenever my sister and I were distracted from homework or chores, and then they thought the cause was daydreaming about a boy, there was time for a moon investigations. So these 2 recent images, this one here, are Jupiter's moons Io, taken by the JunoCam on the Juno spacecraft, and the second one, which is this one here, there we go, was processed by an amateur processor, Ted Strick, or this. Oh, there, look at that. So in September 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope gave us a new view of Neptune. Here's our best ever look at Neptune, its rings and moons. This image includes 7 of Neptune's 14 known moons with labels. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, thought to actually be gravity captured by the Kuiper Belt object, dominates this image. So the wait is on for the next clear night. I hope it's soon. Let me just give us our last slide. Only if they could see your dark side. And that's this week.
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
He has got such a great sense of humor for someone so smart. Thank you so much, Rosanna. That was awesome. I didn't know about the cats. They put them up and then they gotta, shorten their lives so they can study them. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Felicity, but she got to stay.
Yeah, there you go. All the name is science. Thank you, Rosanna.
It's awesome.
But did she land on all 4 feet?
That's
Or did she use all 9 lives before they?
Yeah. 8 were used up before she went up. Yeah.
That's right.
Emma, we're going to go back to you just for a couple minutes to talk about you're on the solar eclipse committee, right?
Yes.
So we should mention that a little bit while we get a minute. So the committee itself is looking at opportunities for education throughout the province, I guess, as part of it. And
Outreach, safety.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the committee, RASC is taking a lead, I guess, in education on solar eclipse for the province, simply because it's going to be coming or passing through here, I guess, biggest part of it. So, and RASC should be taking a lead on it a lot. So what have your meetings consisted of, say, lately, or anything special? Or?
It's mostly educational, school related. You know, to teach the children not to look at the sun during the eclipse, and coordinate the like the bus drivers and everybody who's taking care of children in the daytime to make sure that they're very aware not to look at the sun while the eclipse is happening. It's mostly safety related. Make sure everybody's connected. Yeah.
They mentioned too that it was going to be happening like after school's out, so that's going to be hard.
Yes.
Hard to believe that part of it, right? Because kids aren't going to be
they're going to be outside or going home or before supper time. So
it's a whole safety thing for sure. If people want to reach out for outreach, is there a place where they would reach for outreach for anybody in the Moncton area or in general?
Mostly, I think the people from here are all going to leave Moncton anyways. It's here. Okay. It's not going to be 100% here. It's going to be 100% closer to Miramichi or Rishibuktu area, going further north in here. So most people here are going to go a little further up just to make sure that we're going to get the full show, because we'll never see this again in our lifetime. So,
absolutely,
it's a once in a lifetime thing. Yeah.
So what, if you don't mind me asking, and I know we're getting short in time, but why is it only once in a lifetime?
I can't tell you. I'm not an astrophysicist. It has to do with
so many people say that, and I'm wondering, is there something special about this one?
A special thing is because it's going right through New Brunswick.
Yeah, so probably once in a lifetime in this area.
In this area, yes. Yeah. That's what I. Sorry. Yeah.
You can fly around the world and take cruises to different eclipses.
Oh yes, some people that's all they do. They chase eclipse all the time.
Yeah,
it is a rare event for New Brunswick.
Yeah, and it's the idea that you feel so different. It gets cold. The birds stop chirping. Like it gets darker, and it's. I guess it's a really eerie feeling, and I never felt it, so I can't. Even if it's cloudy, you'll still get that feeling because it's going to cover the sun anyway. So even with the clouds, you'll get the feeling of darkness, and the birds stop, and just very, very strange. Yeah.
It's going to be. I mean, I think from what I've heard, it's if you stand in one spot on the planet, one will happen over your head about every 375 years.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I think somebody said it was over 1,000 years since there's been one that's passed over the province in direction.
Wow.
Pass.
Yeah.
From the talks we heard the other day.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
We've seen some partial ones here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And actually one, like we've got this one coming up on April the 8th, and then the following year on March the 29th, I think it is, somewhere, it's in March of 2025, we'll have an 80% eclipsed sun at sunrise. As the sun rises, it'll already be eclipsed about 80%. And then the eclipse will start to disappear after sunrise. So it should be fantastic for photo ops. I mean, there'll be all kinds of people capturing that image for sure, right? On another clear night, a clear day, another clear, obviously. All special events are always clear.
Especially in New Brunswick.
These people that said for a part, you can photograph a partial eclipse all you want.
Yeah.
When it comes to a total, watch the eclipse.
Yes.
Never mind the photos.
Yeah, never mind live feeds and none of that stuff. None of that garbage, Mike, right?
No, just watch it because it's a once in a lifetime event. It's literally
Tim Doucette, he actually traveled to go see one, and he just said it's almost unexplainable what you feel when you see it. So he's really excited to show his son, I guess, this one coming up. So
yeah, they say that it's addictive, even just to be in one. Under a solar eclipse. Yeah.
And for such a short period of time, but it's so memorable for those people who have done it. I guess it's just, I can't wait. I'm hoping we have a clear somewhere in the drivable area.
If you do get clear sky, I mean, it's over 2 hours long, really, right? Because it takes
Yeah.
time for the moon to move in and then the moon.
I guess the totality, I guess, is what I
Yeah,
was.
the totality is, yeah, but just getting so close to that totality, even, when that last 5 or 6 minutes come along and then you get.
That would be
to-
exciting. Yeah.
It's gonna be a
And we
huge.
find out if the earth is flat, you just see a straight black line across the sky.
Yeah, it goes across straight. In a square.
We can't talk about flat earth on this show. Maybe I promised, anyway. Okay, let's get to some great photos here, because I've got a bunch of them here to share, so before we sign off. And I put a post up on my Facebook page asking people to drop me a photo or two, and they sure did. This is great.
Oh, good.
Okay, so let's see what we got. Let me get my screen shared. I don't have to share sound this time. That's good. We're gonna go with screen 3, this one. Actually, this I think. Just gonna bring us up.
Oh,
There you go.
Yes.
pretty.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna start out with Matthew Dupre's image here. He said here, hi Chris, he said, here's a photo I got this week of Andromeda Galaxy. I really like the way this one turned out. He said it's just over 2 hours of total exposure time using 2-minute sub exposures, and was taken with my Celestron 9 1/4 Hyperstar and ASI 2600 MC Pro.
Very
Beautiful.
nice. Nice
Nice,
work.
absolutely.
Very
Gorgeous.
neat shot. Nice shot.
Yeah, beautiful.
2 satellite
Both sides
gaps.
nice too. The center's not blown out.
Yeah,
No, did a fine job on that.
awesome, Matthew. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. I got a whole bunch here to cover. This is from Kathy Doucette. She said Harvest Moon. She said doing some beach combing at the time. So
Cool.
Dolphin piece of
Usual,
glass, eh? Isn't
yeah,
that awesome?
nice. Thank you, Kathy. Jeff Pendlebury, I believe, is next. Yeah, back in September, he says when we were getting some funky sunsets due to the hazy and smoky skies, and Malpec PEI.
Nice.
It's a nice shot. So these are shots from I asked for their favorites, and a lot of them came in as their favorites. Marlene Wells sent this one on the iPhone 13. She said one night this past week, last looks at the Milky Way for 2023, she says. Well, let's hope not, but it's getting close for sure.
It is, yeah.
The summer Milky Way for sure. Thank you for that, Marlene. Mandy Brown sent this one in. Incredible sunrise at Pokalogan, she says.
What a view where she is standing.
Yeah,
Wow.
great spot.
Tell me about it. It's gorgeous.
And Allison Forbes Cran sent this one in. Daytime view. Some nice clouds off in the background there, lit up.
Mm.
Allison. Sherry Bartlett, early morning walk at the Res in East St. John, she says. Nice capture.
Nice time of day.
Alan Burgess sent this one. This is my most favorite image, he said, I've taken so far. It was taken last year. I've been so busy, he says. Haven't had much time to enjoy the night sky. Soon, I hope to get back at it. Well, Alan's going to still be there for you for sure. So great capture there.
Nice capture.
Beautiful.
Wow.
The Flame Nebula and the Horsehead. And
Yep.
all up in Orion, everybody.
That's Hyperstar, did he say?
I didn't say no.
Okay. Beautiful.
We're going to move into Robert Gadet's now shot, his Venus in the Night Sky shot taken from December the 5th of 2021. Used the Samsung Galaxy S21 phone, yeah. At 24 millimeter, ISO 1250, f1.8, 1/25th of a second exposure, finishing touches in Photoshop. This is my Christmas image for 2021, he said. So
Nice.
great, nice Christmas card for sure. Thanks, Robert. Second one here from Robert was Orion Nebula capture from March 27th, 2021, 9 p.m. using a Meade LX200 8-inch telescope in alt-az mode with 0.63 focal reducer, Canon's T7i DSLR, 21-minute exposures, stack and deep sky stacker. Other edits using Pix and Sight, quarters blown out a bit, but nobody's perfect, but I'd say it's pretty close.
Nice job.
And this final one here, Comet Neowise taken in Penfield, July 16th, 2020. That was a nice comet.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it ever, eh?
Canon T7i. There's another nice one coming through next October. We're going to keep an eye on. ISO 3200 nifty 50 lens at f2, single 18-second exposure. Final edits in Photoshop. Only used a cheap tripod to support the camera. This picture was also published in Telegraph Journal and Northern Lights newspapers. This has been one of my absolute favorite photos I've ever taken, for sure, Robert. See why.
Yeah.
Nice job. This one comes from Makaldi Muhammad. Nice gibbous moon. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Stephen
Detail.
Watson sent this one in. Yes, there was lots of detail on that one for sure. I always love the moon turned like that. It's kind of gives it a nice
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
Stephen Watson sent this one in from sunset from Harvey Station in September when the smoke from the west was tormenting our skies. Sure was. But
Looks like Jupiter.
yeah,
Never, eh?
a great spot on there. We all set. Well, hopefully Jupiter's not going to be that close to us. We are going to have to run. This one's from Rebecca Ingalls. Nice evening.
Oh, beautiful capture.
Rebecca Ingalls, I'm sorry. Hang on now. This is Mitch Speck. Sorry. This is a little bit of mixed up in my order, of course.
Very nice.
Nice shot though. Mitch. And this one is going to be Rebecca. This is Rebecca Ingalls. Nice evening moon shot.
It's interesting to see how the light glows off the way she caught it.
Yeah.
How the light spreads from the moon. It's just really cool.
Awesome. Nicely done. Another shot of the moon here from Robin Lynn. Awesome. Thank you, Robin.
Beautiful.
And Mary Craig. So next up, nice serene scene here from Mary. She gets some nice captures.
Crazy colors.
A little over halfway through, so we're moving along here pretty quick. We got this one from Mike Hicks. Nice starry, starry night.
Lots of stars. Oh my.
And a nice Big Dipper shot here from him as well.
Very
Ursa Major, sorry. Yeah, but we'll call it the Big Dipper. This one from Clayton Carr. Sunset Green Point Lighthouse near St. George. I'm going to do an outreach event down there shortly. Great spot for it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clayton. And Elaine LaPointe from Dominion Park. Nice shot.
Wow.
Wow.
They get some great sunsets down there.
Yeah.
I don't know how the sky is now since they've done the park all up. I'm not sure if there's lots of lights or not, but next one up is Rose Curtis with a nice, fantastic rainbow here, double rainbow.
Double.
Oh yeah.
Beauty. I love them. I've never got the pot of gold yet, but keep looking.
Turned out to be chocolates.
Yeah, well, even that will work. This one's from Michael Stem. He said, "I captured Comet Neowise with Shooting Star."
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Yeah, nice, huh?
Very nice.
Well done. Good timing. Good timing for that one. Thanks, Michael. And this one's from Megan Johnson. Nice colorful sky.
Oh.
I'm going to move from that one to Bonley Lee Armstrong.
Oh,
That's different.
nice.
Is this one?
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, this is from France Boudreau, February 23rd in Campbellton, New Brunswick.
Wow.
Look at that, Ace, a big sundog. And is that the moon?
That's another part of the dog. There's certain times you can see that much
That much
refraction.
Can't be sun and moon. If that's sun and moon, we're in trouble.
Does he describe it? Is your description?
No.
Nibiru.
Nibiru, yeah. 23rd in Campbellton, February 23 in Campbellton, she says. So they sundogged, but yeah, that's a pretty clear circle there, isn't it?
It's cool, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I've seen a few pictures of where you can actually see almost a total circle, and sometimes when you're flying in a plane, you can get something that looks very similar to that.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Robert Cadet saying outreach to St. George. Yes, Robert, I'll be in touch. We have some coming up. Gonna move on here to this one is from Lake Armstrong. She says, my son lighting up the Bay of Fundy with the moon in his hand in
That's
August
awesome.
Oh,
on
cool.
Waterside Beach near Alma. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Very cool.
And this one, a blood moon lunar eclipse, she said, back from January 20th, 2019. Montage of 5 shots. Nice. Very well done.
Yeah.
Derek Jones, another intense rainbow there.
Wow.
Another double.
Yeah.
Love to see the doubles. They were pretty cool. This one from Natalie Landry. What a nice scenic shot that is.
It's beautiful, Eric. Does it say where it is?
No, sunset the night before the hurricane. No, sorry, that's not the wrong one. Keep reading the wrong notes. Natalie, no, she doesn't say where it is. Just some pictures just came in with the picture itself. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go from there to this is Jerry Len. Moncton at sunset along the Petitcodiac River.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Look at the colors.
awesome. Thank you, Jerry. Carol being from that one to the crescent moon last Thursday, she says. A nice shot. Thanks, Carol.
Lovely. Right between the clouds, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're between the clouds. This one's from Matt Landry, I believe. Yeah, Matt Landry. Near full moon from Oyster Bed Bridge, PEI, this past summer. Nicely done.
Very nice.
And Jamie DeVoe sent this one in. Sunset the night before the hurricane, she said.
Wow.
Look at that, eh?
Awesome.
Calm before the storm.
Definitely.
Nice little fire on the go down there. And
Yeah, beautiful spot. The kids out looking around. Lisa Fanning sent this one in from January the 10th of 21, annular solar eclipse taken in Avon by the Sea, New Jersey.
nice.
Fantastic. Aditya Sharma sent this nice sunset shot in. Beauty. I'm not sure
Wow.
what it is, but beautiful. Jeff Bacon got a meteor from shower.
Sure.
There.
Looks like it's hard to say. Was he in the Milky Way or not?
Yeah.
And this one's from I believe this is from Jennifer O'Leary, Rocket Park.
Look at the reflection.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's Lily Lake.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the pavilion over there?
I think it is. That's just a trail. This is Rock
I
Park.
think
So
it's the trail with the solar lights. That's looking right there
Yeah.
beside the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Nice reflections, though. Beautiful.
Oh, incredible.
One here from Sharon Wilder. I have thousands of pictures of the moon, she says, in skies. It would be hard for me to pick out a favorite, but we'll take this one. Thank you, Sharon. Nicely done. And then Marianne McKinnon Gillette. Beautiful shot there. Oh, sunset, and another one
Nice.
of nice moon capture that she sent in with us.
Moon never gets old.
Not at all.
Well, I guess 29 days old.
Well, yeah. 4.5 billion years old. Anyway. So anyway, if you guys have any images that you'd like to share, like you can see, we love sharing them. Send them into the page. I'll gather them all together and bring them up, and love to show off all the beautiful scenes that everybody else is picking up out there. So send them into astronomybythebay@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to share them on our next broadcast. There we go. Okay. Well, I guess that's our show for this evening. Where are we at? 9:04. Yeah, we're pretty close. We hope you enjoyed the program here tonight. Special thanks, of course, to our guest, Emma, for joining us this evening. Emma, it's thanks for sharing the program with us.
Blue glove salute.
That's another thing. We hope you'll come back and join us again in the future. It's been a lot of fun having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. It was awesome.
Now, special thanks goes out, of course, to Rosanna as well for her fabulous fun facts segment. Thank you, Rosanna. And thanks to all the crowd over at Rogers for joining us as well. Now, next week's show, we got another special one. You're going to want to tune into next week as we welcome our young astronomer friend, Haley Craswell, is going to join us next week, along with her dad. Now, for a 12-year-old astronomer, Haley has taken a very special interest in the hobby, and she'll be actually offering our Product of the Week segment next week with an unboxing and review of a new telescope. Haley, we're looking forward to having you on the show to join us, and we'll have all of our other segments as well next week. So remember, too, we do love getting your photos, so send them in to astronomybythebay@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to bring them up on our next broadcast. So until next week, everybody, wishing everybody clear skies out there. As we like to say, guys, open your eyes to view the skies and keep your scopes.
Oh,
Hold it
yeah.
up. Have a great week, everybody. And time for the final. Let me get it ready. Here we go. I think I get so we'll share some. What?
It's for the real.
Huh? Oh, where are we? Where are we? Look at the right screen up. No, go back. Let's try again. Screen. Here we are. I think it's this one. Let's try this one. Here we go. And can we get some sound? Oh, sure we can.